PILGRIM is a completely fresh game, released only a couple of weeks ago. It has similar mechanics to Lethal Company, but in a medieval horror setting. I've played and encountered the most common creatures in the game, and I tried to analyze their patterns for this video. I've also included some very basic tips that I used when learning the game. Keep in mind that this game is only in super early access, and things might have already changed from the time I filmed this up to now. Enjoy. The shop is one of the most important aspects of the game, but you actually start with more than you might think. Especially if you're playing solo or duo, you might not need all the starting equipment that you're given. The ones you're not using can actually be sold to the shopkeeper for the buy price. Use this to guarantee the extra crystal. Having light is super important in PILGRIM. When it's dark, it's really dark, and you can't even see where your next step is going to be. So to avoid falling into spikes, you want to manage your light as well as possible. If you use torches, you can use the torches on the wall to relight your own torch, so that you can see where you're exploring. Are you still just a little short for that thing you wanted to buy, even though you sold everything and took a loan? The shopkeeper actually has this little gift for you in each of his shops. Just walk to the side here, and behind this pillar is a semi-hidden chest with an extra loot piece in it. Watch out for the spike trap lurking here though. Survival is key in PILGRIM, so it's good to know just the basics of each monsters to increase your odds of surviving. The beehive is located in the first dungeon and all the dungeons after that. If you step directly under it, it's gonna fall on your head, leading to impaired vision and you taking damage. However, if you wave around with your lit torch a bit, they will go away. The little alien, similar to the beehive, spawns in the first dungeon and some after that. They will open and close doors and stand behind them to scare you. However, they do have another feature. Once you get your purple crystal and run for the Great Escape, it will trigger the aliens to go into defense mode. All of them will now run after you to get the crystal back. If they catch you, they will take the crystal and run as far away from you as possible. However, once you catch them, it's an easy steal back, and they will cry on the floor for a while before chasing you down again. I realized a lot of the time they got to the exit door and sat there and waited for me. However, I don't know if this is a bug or an intended feature, or just bad luck on my part. The giant is always on its way. It's attracted by sound, and most of the time it's the sound of the cart. To make the giant stop, you can stop your cart, but the giant won't walk away, it will just kind of stand there and look sad and disappointed while keeping the same distance. The best way I realized to get the giant to go away is letting it walk up to you while you hide in the front of your cart. After a while, it's gonna lose interest and walk away. If you have the cart doors closed, the giant will rip them off and still search the wagon. I also realized that especially in the outside dungeon, the giant is not only interested in the cart, so you might get chased down by one. When the doll spawns, it just kinda sits on the ground. However, as you can see, it's holding an item. If you grab this item, the doll will get up and start attacking you. A lot of the times I manage to escape though, and after a while you can come back and grab another item and repeat the process. Keep in mind though that each time you do it, the doll will get more aggressive. The Scorched Man has the Weeping Angel kinda effect. As long as you or one of your fellow pilgrims have direct vision of him, he will stand still. However, the moment you don't, he will charge at you and one-shot you. We also realized that you can't walk into him from the front without dying. I call this one the Horror Puppy, though I believe none of the creatures have confirmed names. The Horror Puppy is slow at first, but you don't want to stand still and look at it for too long. After a while, it's gonna charge at you so fast that you can't really outrun it. I realized that most of the creatures, though, were not able to cross gaps. If there is a plank there, though, it's a different story. The Horror Puppy's charge does not one-shot, so if you're brave, you can tank one hit to get away. The other alien, or the big alien, is perhaps the most dangerous out of them all though. Most of the times I encountered the monster, I only heard it, and saw it only when it was too late. Sometimes they run away from you, but most of the times they will charge you down and use their martial arts skills to completely obliterate you. Yeah, I would highly recommend avoiding these ones if possible. As there's currently no way of actually defeating the monsters, your best bet is to just run away. We realized, even though almost all of the monsters could open doors, you could still get rid of them quite easily by just running away.